Hi guys, it's Amy, and you have found Amy Loves Crochet. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. I always appreciate your time. This video is about my first Fiber Fest of 2024. And have you experienced yarn karma before? So this event I was going to be very, very excited about because it was on the farm and I was anticipating seeing, you know, all the way from the animal to the finished yarn that I could purchase, and that didn't happen. So a little bit disappointed in that regard, but here's where the karma kicks in, because I bought some yarn off of eBay that didn't really have any rhyme or reason for me to purchase it. And I had told myself I was only going to authorize myself to purchase yarn at events or, you know, specialty things. And the eBay purchase was not that. So that's where I feel like karma kind of came back around, and here was this event that I was going to go to, and I thought I was going to have to fight myself, you know, control myself of buying too much yarn, and I walked away with nothing. So, and then a little side trip after that. So at the end of the video, I have included a clip of all the animals from the farm. I really, really, really enjoyed seeing the animals. I love animals and touched a Highland cow. I'd never touched a Highland cow before, so sweet. And it's just so hard to believe that the sheep, when I was petting the sheep, they're so, that the top of their coat is so hard and so matted. And then it turns into such beautiful yarn. So I really, really enjoyed that aspect of it. Let's back up to the day before. It's Thursday. I'm excited. I should be excited. Tomorrow is my big day. I'm going to go get up first thing in the morning and drive myself out there. It's about an hour and 45-minute drive one way. So Thursday evening comes around and I don't feel well. I start to think, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I'm not into doing this tomorrow. I don't feel good. I'm not excited. I do want to go to these things by myself so that my husband or my friend that I might bring with me doesn't interrupt what I want to look at. You know, I'm really selfish with these types of events, but I was really hemming and hawing because my husband and I do love to drive, you know, go on driving trips, and to be on a driving trip by myself without him was really, I felt that, you know, when I was doing my drive. So I went back and forth with whether or not he was going to come with me or I was going to go alone. Finally decided to go alone, then decided I was sick. Maybe I'm not going to go. I wanted to go on Friday, and the event was also on Saturday. So even if I didn't go Friday and then he came with me on Saturday, there was that option. But I was in bed by about 8:45 on Thursday night and slept straight through until about 5 or 6 Friday morning. I can't remember what time I got up. But I felt a lot better, took a shower, got energized, and decided to go ahead for the trip. So started out on my drive, and along the way somewhere I looked at the map and thought I was going to look ahead to where my next highway change or whatever was going to be, my next roadway change, and there was a Hobby Lobby, and I said, add a stop. And I laughed to myself, and I'm like, no. It was about 8:45, and I knew that they wouldn't even be open yet, and I didn't want to sit there in the parking lot, and I felt like I was on a good rhythm of my drive, so I just kept going and figured I'd stop on the way back. But you'll see by this picture here, it was like right off the highway. I would have been able to stop easy peasy in this direction. I would have had to recognize which exit it was coming from the other direction, and then I went a different route anyway, so I never did stop back by that Hobby Lobby. But just some notes from once I got there. You'll see this picture here of the event from the parking area, and it's just a tiny little highway. If you'd have blinked, you'd have missed it. It was really just this small. There were maybe, I don't think there were a dozen vendor little booth things. It was very, very small. You were definitely just walking around on the farm. There was not path, you know, there was not a lot of signage. There was this one you'll see about the shearing, but I just asked somebody and she told me what all the different buildings were for and where we could go and what we were invited to walk around and see. And so anyway, inside, so the first thing I took a picture of was this, they had a couple of pottery booths. And again, there's less, you know, there's maybe 10 booths and 2 of them have pottery. So I'm going to refrain from making negative comments, because I'm sure that for a lot of people, this was a really great thing. Because the main thing that they were selling was the the shearing, the bulk shearing. There wasn't a lot of yarn at all. There was one guy that, so anyway, so about the pottery thing, it had a cute little yarn feed like we see so many yarn bowls, but then it also had this little side cup. I wasn't sure what you might put in there because it wasn't real deep. So, so then inside the building, there was a gentleman from Hill Creek Yarns, and they go around to all the different events and set up their booth and stuff. And I've seen him before at the Midwest Fiber Fest, but he had, of course, some Leading Men Fiber Arts that was just gorgeous. It was a silk and yak blend that they make specifically for Hillcrest Farms. This one colorway as well as in their name. So I thought that was fun. That would have been the type of thing that I like to buy, but with yak and silk in there, I'm still on a mainstream yarn path for now. So, and then he had these gorgeous long, I don't know what they're called if they're not hanked up. They were just long hanging fiber. It was a merino wool and Surrey alpaca. It was just gorgeous and super, super soft, but not really something that I think I would have a project for. And then the only thing that I think would have been, I think this yarn from the farm is what I would have bought, but it wasn't very soft, and it only came in this brown and white, and I wasn't really excited about it. And then they had this other Jacob Gray as well. They're calling that one, like that was a different type of sheep. So that wasn't really my cup of tea. There were some cupcakes that had some really cute little sheep and Highland cow faces, heads on them, whatever. And these really cute little loveys that somebody had made. But there was, like I said, there was very little yarn involved in the day. So that was a little bit of a letdown. But I will put all of the video of all of the animals at the end. My little extra side note is that I was sitting there in the parking lot ready to go home, and there was 2 different ways that I could go home. And so I wanted to go back the way that I came because I thought I'd stop by that Hobby Lobby again. But I got a wild hair and searched for yarn in the area and saw this place pop up. So I got excited and I went that route instead because it would still sort of take me home, but instead of heading north to go home, it was a complete like lateral direction. So I drove all this extra way, plus then I still had that way to drive home. And this is what I pulled up to. And I've been there before, and I should have known that it doesn't make sense. It says it's open on Facebook, but you can't really trust Facebook with restaurants or anything else that says that it's still open. So I sat here looking at the building, trying to find a, obvious entrance, and I didn't see one. And so I feel bad because I want to enjoy whatever your little yarn store is, but it doesn't look like I'm very welcome. It doesn't tell me where to go. And so that's twice that I've stopped there and just continued on. So I had that extra drive all for nothing. I was starting to not feel good again. It was a long day for me walking around. I drove for an hour and a half and then walked around the farm for an hour, and then another hour and a half plus another 45 minutes or so to drive home with no yarn. And I'm observing Lent, so I had to have some non-meat for lunch, and there was only a McDonald's in the middle of nowhere, so I had to settle for a fillet of fish, and I wasn't happy about that. So I got home and took a nap, and I never sleep during the day unless I'm sick. So I slept for a solid 2 hours, and then we got up and went to dinner and went grocery shopping and came home, and I slept again almost right away and slept through until this morning. So I clearly am fighting something. I do feel like a low-grade temp, but I'll work through it or whatever, I'll muddle through. But that's my yarn fiber fest, my sheep and fiber fest, my first sheep and fiber fest for 2024. I'm a little bit disappointed in that I didn't have that sheep to yarn experience, but yarn karma got me. I got myself tripped up with that eBay purchase, so I believe that had something to do with yesterday. Today is actually Saturday, and my birthday is on Wednesday, and I totally thought I would buy yarn from this event, and I didn't. So that's where I sit with that. So I can't remember when my next event is. I think in 2 weeks. I don't know. I had a bunch of going on, and now I'm all still caught up about yesterday being sick and stuff. So if you want to stick around and see the little animal, my little farm, it's only about, you know, the biggest clip is an 8-minute clip about the shearing of the sheep, which is the main reason that I wanted to go in the first place. So I hope you enjoy that. Thank you so much for sitting with me. I appreciate your time. Have a wonderfully blessed day, and I do hope you'll come back and see me again. Thank you. Bye-bye. Oh, hi. Oh, hi. Oh, hi. Hi. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Hello. Hi, farm duck. Are you one of those Muskogee ducks? Fly. Hi, Mama. Well, hello. Hi, baby. Hello. Hello. Are you next for a haircut? Oh, you got a little horn right there. You got an eyeball? I can't see your face. Hi. What's going on over here? Hi. Oh, you're soft. You're soft. Oh, yeah, sweetie. That is so soft. Oh. Say hello. Okay. Hi, honey.
So this is he's getting ready to start number 2. They're all in order. So we pull out 8344 right there. Well, we put pair 1 tag on, put it with the wall. Be careful when it kicks you. I know. How many will you shear over the best of the back? 70? All right. Dad, where do you want? Yeah, come with the software. You gonna run? And where? In there? Yeah. Then we'll run once we got 3 or 4 in belly wool? Yep.
Why is that tossed aside?
Because it's belly wool. So it's, again, we sell them in the hand spinner market. They don't want belly wool, any of the rough wool, so we just keep the best parts.
Okay.
And that's all we do. And this will either get used in gardens or get thrown away.
Oh, okay.
You get what you get and don't throw a fit.
Amen. We say that to my kids.
I'll pay price for it. That's okay.
It's like a full-on Mr. Rogers moment for me.
Is it?
Yeah. So smooth.
Yeah, it's fine. No, tag box. Not Terry's back pocket. Oh, Terry, are there breakfast fast food, please? I'm gonna go eat one. What's that? Cousin. My cousin. I'll be right back. Okay. Don't be long. I'm gonna take it right there.
So then we'll spread it on our table and we'll like give you like vegetation. Good job, it'd be easier if you move that bucket, roll it.
Two down and 74 to go.
Yeah.
We don't. We're just, yeah, we sit at the hand spinners and they.
Just jump right here.
Yeah, now.
Well, thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Please cut their nails. They're gonna take her back there and give her back to
Yes. That's a little wet.
You had long toenails, girl. You overdid it.
She missed her last pedicure.
No, she got it. She's got fast growing nails. Isn't that right, baby?
So how often do you give them the manicure?
Well, usually once a year. We've got some that have really fast growing nails, and we'll have to. We do health checks on them about 3 times a year. So sometimes we'll have to do one extra. What's your number, baby? 8395. All right, here. 839.
Whoops.
5, Terry. Oh my God.
They go in order?
getting their hair cut. Looks like you got a haircut.
You ready for the next one? Oh, yeah, whenever you guys are. Your sheep buds. Yeah. Unfortunately, they're all pretty bad.
Dirty girl.
Yeah, there's some pretty.
Yeah, yeah, don't try to pick it out to take out the whole section. Like, see this? Take out the whole section.
Throw it. Just toss it.